So Katlego mentioned there's lots of things happening on Expresso, and one such thing is we're meeting a man that's gone from IT into being an art curator at a gallery called Red. It's David Edman in studio this morning. Welcome to Expresso.
Nobody gets that surname.
And thank you so much for the beautiful paintings.
It's an absolute pleasure.
How did you go from going from IT into art?
A lot of my friends ask me the same question, okay? It started with my brother Michael about 20 years ago. I bought his first painting for about 50 bucks. I loved art and I couldn't afford to buy it. Bought the first painting for 50 bucks, framed it for about 70 bucks, and then reframed it about a year later for another 120 bucks. So I then spent about 240 and sold it about 6 months later for 1,000 rand, okay?
Wow.
Then the next painting had a whole lot of panels, massive painting, and I couldn't afford it, so I gave him 500 rand, the Mnet decoder and the piano, okay? Then I sold that painting to a friend of mine in England for £1,000, and I took the money and I kept reinvesting the money into my brother's art. By the time I started the gallery about 6 years ago, I owned about £500,000 worth of art.
But why is art such a good investment?
I break the bank. I swear to God, I break the bank spending every cent on art, okay? I mean, my wife used to say, Dave, what are you doing buying all this art? Are you crazy? I mean, art's gone up 4 times in the last 5 years. I've never lost buying a painting in my life. The nice thing is, when people have a home full of furniture, okay, and they buy art, the art never loses value. I always tell my clients, if you come back in 6 months' time, I'll give you the money back for the art, and you can reinvest and buy something else. Art never loses value.
And what happens at an art auction? I've never been to one before. You've got one coming soon, June?
We have an art auction on the 4th of June. Okay, the auctions have grown. I've had 8 auctions so far. The auctions are such a science, you have no idea. I mean, our auctioneer is fantastically funny. Everyone gets lots of free champagne and wine and food, and there's a whole lot of energy, and it's a massive vibe, okay? Art, on an auction, everybody wins. The buyers are, on average, are going to buy the painting less 35%. I'm selling like 50 paintings and making small margins, and the artists are happy because the art's being sold and you're buying more art from them.
Now, artists in this country, when they come to you and they want to sell their work to you, how do you value it?
I actually get so sort of, it's really tough on the young artists. You know, everyone says, Dave, you've got to come see my daughter. She's a fantastic artist. She just left Redham. And I go, okay, and then I'll go and see the art. And I walked into the house and I said, well, I like that one. And then remember, somebody at school's only painted about 8 or 10 real paintings in their life, okay? I walk in and I go, I want that one. And they go, no, no, that one's for my mom, and that one we're keeping for my gran. You can have those. And I go, no, 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 I want that. And then when they bring the art and they say that I'll tell them, darling, how much do you want for the painting? She said, no, I want 10,000 rand. I said, sweetheart, I'm only going to give you 6,000 rand. It's going to sell at 6, and you're only going to get 3,000. She says, you must be crazy. I spent a month painting the painting. I said, it doesn't matter. In 10 years' time, you'll spend a day painting the painting. You make no money as an artist in the beginning. You just got to paint, 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 and that's it. And if you know, everyone says, how do I get into a gallery? Just be brave. Artists are not brave. They're very sensitive souls, okay? Take your art to the gallery and just and see what the guys say. The guys are either going to accept it or not accept it.
Now, you've brought some exceptional pieces, and I'm particularly blown away by the two really life-size pictures that look like photographs.
Well, that artist there is a guy called Wakaba Muteki, okay? He painted this one here as well.
Yes.
He's a massive artist of mine, my biggest seller last year.
Is it paint? It's not a photograph?
Acrylic, real paint. Okay, I'll tell you what happened. Everyone said, no, no, it's impossible. You can't be painting that without... You must be using an overhead projector and projecting the image. We said, okay, we'll put him on top billing. We stuck him on top billing a year ago, and he painted not that painting, he painted one of these, okay, in about an hour.
The trombone player.
This painting takes him about an hour to paint. That painting probably takes... An hour to paint that painting. That one takes about 6 hours.
The big one at the back, 6 hours.
And it sells for about 40,000 rand.
The Madiba picture, 6 hours to paint that.
People can't believe it.
I can't believe that. And if artists come to you, what do they need to work on to get their art valued at a higher rate?
You know, artists need to work together with the gallery. You know, often guys say, well, why can't you make me famous, and why can't you do... The artist, you know, I mean, in this country, you look at the Irma Stearns and the William Kentridges, the guys, they've put art on the map. Art in this country is rocketed because of those people, okay? Now, William Kentridge is a personality. He's like a film director and of this, that, and the other. You can't be living as a recluse in the middle of the Karoo and expect me to make you famous. You have to be part of that equation, okay? You've got to work together with the gallery. It's about you. It's about you as a personality as well.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and sharing some of the beautiful paintings that you have in your gallery. I'll definitely come and stop by. I don't feel that intimidated anymore.
Breakfast on the house.
Breakfast on the house, definitely, and an art lesson as well. Now we're going over to a different type of art. The youngsters can gather closer because Kia's going to teach us how to make a nurse's bag.